It's time to talk about the best of the Foundation. And of course, the best of
the WGP.
With the addition of a Smark Psychology podcast twist. 30-minute time limit. 2 matches of the night from last night. 1 from WGP, 1 from the Foundation. Along with the important show highlights. The owner of WGP and Foundation, Hollywood Hayward, teams up with the CEO and creator of Smark Psychology podcast, The Prophecy, King Mac Millie, brings to you Good Golly Psychology.
Good golly.
Psychology, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Smarks and Marks all over the world. You know what time it is. It's Saturday. And if you took the time to check out the Foundation and WGP last night, then you already know what's about to go down. So without further ado, you hear the voice. It be I, it be he. The man that sits on top of all things Smart Psychology, it be the Prophecy King Mac Millie, and I am here with the
Hollywood Hayward, the owner and host of WGP and the Foundation and the promo double feature, and that is what we are here to talk about today, isn't it, Mac?
Man, what a show, right? What a couple of shows. You know, y'all forcing me to drink. Y'all forcing me to drink. This is what's going on right now. I don't know, what is this, vodka or tequila? Tequila. We pouring tequila in a glass with no juice or nothing like that, and this is just what we gonna do. So we gonna see how this shit goes.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Mac. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I used to tell people all the time, you ain't gonna tell me it's 5 o'clock somewhere because y'all still be in the club drinking at 12 a.m. and that's when the day starts. So hey.
But you know, Mac, we had some really good action this past promo double feature. We saw the semifinals of the blind date tournament.
Yeah, we did. And
we saw some really good matches. And I think we should get into it because the match I want to talk about. The Foundation. Yeah, they came out with 3 very solid matches last night. Lots to talk about there. Old rivalry, Mac. Old rivalry reignited. Dante Black versus the Vagabond. What'd you think, Mac? I thought it was amazing.
It was an interesting match. It was an interesting match. Probably, in my opinion, maybe the closest match of the whole night, perhaps. But I don't know because I'm not a judge. But I do have notes. So let me get to them.
These two picked up where they left off, and I always like 2 guys that I know no matter how many times they face each other, I can put them up against each other, and they're going to give me something. And it was almost like these promos, like they talked about it before. You ever watch a match and you're like, man, these promos, they really line up together. Like, this guy's talking about this, and this guy's responding to it and talking about it too.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what these guys did. And whenever you have something like that, it's very magical. And it's hard to pick a winner. It really is. The judges, they ended up going with Dante here. What I think, man, it was just a different Vagabond. Man, it was like he stripped down.
Was it a different Vagabond? I mean,
I think it was a more grounded Vagabond, if I may.
Okay.
Which is really interesting because we know the result was Dante Black, and then we saw the big match announcement afterwards because now we're going to see at starting point, we're going to see Pretty Petty Peterson defend the Blueprint title against Vagabond, Dante Black, and Mad T, and that is going to be all 4 of these guys have tremendous amounts of history. All 4 of these guys all have a rightful claim to being a great Blueprint champion, and they are going to meet with it. Well, Dante hasn't been Blueprint champion. I apologize.
I mean, well, it's a great cooker still, because I get where you're on, and we'll get back to the match really quickly. But you got Matt T, who was Blueprint champion for a week, and we're gonna talk about that or whatever. He was Blueprint champion for a little bit, and then you had Vagabond bringing the history of his Blueprint championship and being the greatest Blueprint champion, and then Dante just beating Vagabond, and then Pretty P sitting there, and there was a lot of
Pretty Petty wants to prove that he's the best Blueprint champion of all time.
Yeah.
And he told General Manager Pete Wall the only way he could do that was if he beat Vagabond. But here's the thing.
I think we should.
He's got to beat a lot more than Vagabond now. You got to be careful what you wish for here in the foundation.
They'll line it up for you real quick.
But let's get back to the match. I got sidetracked. I got excited, Mac. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this match here in between Dante Black and the Vagabond, I viewed it as the snap match. You know what I'm saying? It felt like that they worked together on this match because they have solid history. You know what I'm saying? It felt like a very personal battle, student versus teacher. Dante preached about getting.
They went about it the right way, though.
Yeah.
When you just said the word, it seemed very personal. It did. And this proves to you that you can be very personal without actually being personal. And hopefully everybody can read between the lines. They know what I mean.
They told the story of student versus teacher. Dante preached about getting better in the game while Vagabond stays the same. You know what I'm saying? Dante beat Vagabond. And me personally, and I literally just beat up Vagabond myself in Elite. Vagabond, he's good, but he hasn't excelled to me. He stayed the same for a very long time, and I'll get back to that. But I'm tired of seeing Vagabond get beat up on. So hopefully at starting point, he brings something to the fold that's going to make it unquestionable for him to pull out the victory.
The thing I've noticed about Vagabond is I hate to use this word in the promo verse, but I'm going to use it. He's a prize fighter, man. Because when he fights for the prize, it's like you see something else go on. And
that's what brought me back into the match, though. Because I'm like, all right. I hear Dante's talking, and Dante has gotten better. And watch out, Dante.
I felt like I could take him what he was saying, and that it had some substance. I want to note one other thing, Mac. I don't mean to cut you off. For those that didn't watch the match, I'm going to give kudos to Dante Black for another thing. The man had a swollen face. He did that whole match with an abscess. And to do that, and we could still understand him, we still put on a good performance. Kudos to him, because a lot of guys would have told me, sorry, man, I'm not going to be able to do this. He did it, performed, and won. That kind of thing gets rewarded around here. That's why Pete Wall added him to the Blueprint match at start.
I mean, hey, I got him. I had him over in AWE, and if you saw that yesterday. But anyways, we'll get back to this. I want to get to back to Vagabond, though. Although, yes, he is a different breed, you know what I'm saying? He did fight back in this match, going on along what you said, that he's a prize fighter. And I'm like, okay, this is the type of scene that pulls Vagabond back together. He needs an oriented goal to get focused on, and having a competitor that he brought up or spoke about bringing up, and now that competitor has surpassed him. Vagabond came back and said, okay, you might be better than what you were, but what have you done still? Like, I got accomplishments. These are my accomplishments. This is what's going on. This is what I've done. Where are you at now? Like, okay, so what if you've gotten better, and in most people's eyes, you probably surpassed me. But win something now. You know what I'm saying? Where's your hardware at? And so I was okay.
And that's he's going to have a chance, but can he capitalize? That's the thing.
Can he capitalize? That's the thing. And Vagabond, I just want to tell Vagabond, like, hey, man, you have, I said it a very long time ago, you have a very interesting ceiling. And I was hoping that was going to motivate him to try to break through it. Now I'm kind of demanding for it. Like, break through it, man. Break through it. I'm tired of seeing you get beat up on, even though, you know what I'm saying, it don't be looking that bad. But once you get a couple of them racked up in a row, it's just like, oh, come on, man. Come on now.
Absolutely.
Fight back. But talking about fighting back, we got to get into the semifinals of this tag team blind date tournament because Mad Bob and Evil Inc. Are you fucking kidding me?
Look, this is the very definition of that fun word we're looking for. You know, these teams are having fun.
It was so much fun.
That's what the blind date tournament is supposed to be. You get into a situation that you're not used to being in. For example, Mac, it's easy for you to team with Lip Fuse normally when y'all are friends and getting along. And I know
he sucks.
Skated you the other night.
He sucks.
That's neither here nor there. But it's easy, right? But when you take somebody, like if you had to team with, you could probably team with anybody. But if you had to team with, like, I don't know, I'm going to throw a name out there. I'm going to say Matt Tyson, who we'll talk about later.
Oh,
You've not worked with Matt Tyson. Nothing about his skill level. You've just not worked with him. So it would be fun. But it could also be challenging. So to see these teams come together, I'm proud of both of them. Mac, I know you had a lot of good notes about this match. I'm going to actually let you take the lead on this match because you were so enthusiastic about it.
I enjoyed this match. Like the entertainment and the comedy on both sides, I really enjoyed it. But you know, I'm a stickler for certain things, and I'm listening to everything that's being said and how you're structuring your promos and stuff like that. So I just want to start off by saying, like, I don't know who got mentioned on this show more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a show should get points off of who gets mentioned the most or whatever. Because I heard my name a lot. I heard Good Golly a few times. You know what I'm saying? I heard Kevin Wolf's name a lot more in this match.
Right.
Mad T, first of all, you failed me, man. You failed me. I've been the man that's been leading the charge on y'all getting match of the night. I've been the man that's been leading the charge in the locker room on y'all getting points for the foundation. Not our GM. No disrespect to Mordecai. No disrespect to Pete Wall. You know what I'm saying? No slight at all. But just give me my credit, Mad T. You know what I'm saying? And no, WGP is not killing us. Do you pay attention to this show? Have you been paying attention to the points?
Apparently said that in his promo. Because they're not killing the foundation.
They're definitely not. And it's crazy. We might have to flip some things around, perhaps, or maybe not. But he ends up calling Wolf gay out of nowhere, which was interesting. But then he gets into his bag about how much he hates Triple P, and I'm going like, are you focused on this tag match, or do you really want the Blueprint Championship back? And then Bob comes in, and he questions his obsession with Triple P, and then calls Matt T gay himself. I started giggling. I said,
comedy.
Oh, man.
They're trying to win with comedy. You know?
Yeah.
There was a lot of comedy here.
Still taking shots at your teammate, but it's just like, come on now, are y'all gonna get focused on the actual competitors in this match? You know what I'm saying? So Bob, I was giving Bob some points, and T wasn't winning anything in this match so far. But then they go along the lines of saying that I think Matt T was like, we smoke the same weed, but I'm not smoking the same blunt as you. And I'm like, whoa. That's crazy, and if you know, you know. It's so many,
that could mean all sorts of things.
Yeah, a lot of things. I mean,
shout out to Blunt Row in the locker room. Shout out to Blunt Row. Anyway,
that was a wild line, and you know why, Matt T. But anyways, Kevin Wolf's name was said so much in this match by Mad T. I started to count, but I was just like, I'm not going to, because I'm going to lose count, even if I try to keep count. So we just gonna do that. But like, let's see what else about this tag match was good before I go to the other team, because that's where it was really at in this match. Bob trashes Doof for being, well, you know, Doof. And then he was confused on how the four of them got paired up, and I'm like, Bob, do you watch the show either? Because
I think Bob has gotten into the whatever biker clubs get into that makes their minds alter.
Yeah. I came to a decision. I said, whatever strain of weed y'all smoking, please let me know so I don't get that strain and I don't smoke it.
Yeah, that makes for an unfun Friday night.
It messed with their brains. But the GOP hate was real in this match on the end of Mad Bob. And Oh, Matt, Biker Bob, come on, bro. I love it, and it's starting to be funny to me. But three words, you can't count. You can't count. Oh yeah, dig it. Like, come on, man. Come on. That may be on purpose, though. That may be on purpose.
It might be.
The other half of this match was so fucking it was so surprisingly fantastic, because not only, first of all, they started off on their normal tip, Doof and Wolf did, but Wolf said that, oh, who would have thought that this would be a good idea? This is a good idea. And then Doof kind of like kills that statement by saying, if I had a nickel for every time somebody said that I had a great idea, I'd only have 2 nickels. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, Wolf, you should be concerned that you're the second person to give Doof a nickel for a good idea. But this is what won the match. Oh, go ahead.
Well, Doof, the thing is that people need to understand about Doof is Doof doesn't take himself too serious.
No,
So
he doesn't.
Doof will put himself in very compromising positions to get a rise or to get entertainment value out of people.
It makes it that much more entertaining, like hilarious to me. But this is what won the match for me. And again, I'm not a judge, so I don't want to hear no shit from nobody. But as a viewer and just watching this match, the zero into Heronator, I hope I pronounced that right, Duke. Don't kill me, but it was hilarious. It was hilarious. They went into this trance where they became their opponents, promoing on themselves. And it was the greatest shit ever. Doof as Biker Bob, Wolf as Mad T. It was hilarious, and they were still hitting hard while doing it. And I said, how do y'all come in here and do better than your opponents at being them against yourself?
Dare we say they might be the favorites to take this whole thing now?
I was like, wow. Like, it was so good. And I thought that they were going to stay there for the whole match, and I would have been fine with that. But they didn't. They came out of it, and they still kept slaughtering these guys. Like, Wolf, first of all, Wolf, Jesus Christ, dude. He said a lot of shit about Mad T, and I'm not gonna repeat none of it. I'm gonna just say go back and watch the match.
I think he had some built-up aggression,
and he was firing off on all cylinders, and that's where the comment about him being Blueprint champion for my week came from, and everything. But he said a lot of things about Mad T being the king, and you know what I'm saying, being self-centered and having an ego and all this other stuff, and undeservedly, and things of that nature. And I was just like, ooh, Wolf, I've never heard you talk like this. And it was enjoyable to watch him have all of his clothes on, because I saw a match with him over in Elite, and he was in his drawers, and I was just like, what are we doing over here, Wolf? Why are people not consistent across the board in every federation that they're in? I don't know. But it was an interesting match.
Look, this was the team that I don't think anybody knew we needed, but we're here for it now.
Yeah. And then Doofus Bob, he did a really good job of being Biker Bob. Like, it was that, like, they had on, like, Wolf had on the hat, he had the vape in his hand like Mad T. He was talking in a cadence like Mad T. Doofus Bob was doing the same thing about Biker Bob, and even said that Wolf had bit the back of his tire of his bike, and it cost him $30 in a beer. And I was just like, this is hilarious. This is my favorite team, and I didn't really expect it to be. I really did not expect it to be. And when Doof was just like, Mad Bob is what you guys came up with? It's like you were thinking really, really, really hard. He was like, Mad Bob. Oh, that's it. I lost
hilarious,
it. I lost
and
it.
him and Kevin are funny together. They just are.
Yeah.
It's just it's a pairing you would never do on purpose. But man, I love it as an accident.
I hope they win. I hope they take it off. I hope they take it off. But
I'm going to tell you, honestly, this blind date tournament, I can honestly say I would be fine with all of the teams staying teams. They've all done a great job in it, in my opinion.
If I could single out any one performance for tonight, probably this tag match was like, that team right there. It was a good one. They entertained.
So it's a shame that we don't always give away a point for promo of the night, because I do think, I bet if you were giving away the points, That is like the promo of the night. Like, it is like hilarious.
It was enjoyable. It has rewatchable, rewatching abilities or whatever.
Right.
I always like promos like that. I'm like, give me something that I could go back and want to watch again. Like that was funny. That was really, 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 really funny. But I'll tell you something that wasn't funny. This one right here.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say something about this match. I'm looking at Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, I know that you didn't get the result that you were hoping for.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will tell you, your words are getting better.
Oh yeah,
they're getting so much better. The things you are saying, I'm taking them in. I am with you. You're making me feel. You're making me believe. I need you to clean up your background. Somehow, your effects, I need them cleaned up. If you did that, man, I don't know that you would have won, but I do think you might would have gotten a judge. You might would have won. I don't know, because your words are there. But I was talking to Mac before we aired the show, before we started filming the show. I'm allowed to say that, right, Mac? I was talking to you before, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I was talking to Mac.
Everybody
before,
talks to me. Everybody talks.
The thing I said to Mac was the thing that really took it out. For some reason with Jack Saban, I need his background to not glitch. I need it to not be messy. I need it to be good because of the content that Jack produces or makes. I cannot lose the environment with it.
Yeah.
Because it takes me out of the promo, and then it takes me about 20 seconds to get back into it. And every time you moved your hand, Jack, it was like you were cutting through this imaginary thing behind you.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not trying to harp on graphics, guys, or anything like that, but when we're competing at a high level, every little thing matters. Every little
important. So in this match, Saban tears down the nation and the nation's leaders and the leader of GOP all in one promo. And I said, holy shit, this is the most impressive verbally put together promo that I've ever heard from Jack. Even though he had one fumble, there are no monsters.
He had one fumble. Yep.
There are no monsters underneath the closet, Jack. I don't know where you got that from, but maybe you was just going off and you were reeling. And I was like,
but you know what though, man? When you're in the zone like that, man, and it fires off, I've even done it. It's close enough. It's close enough.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, he said
that in a match like this, that's under the microscope, people catch things like that.
Yeah, he made it very easy for me to decorate his gift. And if you understand that, then you understand that. But Frankie came in and he immediately called out my shaping and molding of Jack Saban. And we still got some work to do, Jack. But he says, and then he threw a shot at me, a few shots at me. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Well, you know what I've noticed about Franklin? Ever since he let that hair grow in, he's got a little bit of an attitude problem.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. I mean, yes, I've been calling the man out in the locker room because I say you're a world champion that's not been a world champion. Like, where have you been? I know you're a heel or whatever, but still find a way to rally your troops and everything. But I'm like, I hear every shot taken at me. And again, I feel like I was mentioned a lot on this show, even though I wasn't on it. I think that's what it was. I told them ahead of time that I wasn't going to be on the show, and I feel like everybody took liberties to make sure that I was on the show.
I think they did because, I mean, we haven't even talked about, I mean, I'm sure by now you've seen the QR code, right?
I will assist you in helping me spread the plague.
For someone who talks so much, you really don't have anything to say. Allow me to show you just how ineffective your little plague is.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, Mac, because I feel I could be wrong. I feel that was meant for you. I'm just saying.
I'm a wait. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I hate politics, and Franklin Benjamin is a jerk because I've actually helped shape him too, regardless of what he wants to admit to or whatnot and everything. But even though the world champ took half of the night off with his edits, I don't know what you had going on, champ, but your screen wasn't flipped and you didn't have your usual, I'm about to rip into you, graphics and stuff to go along with what you're talking and everything. And I'm not really too sure if I paid much attention to the music. So maybe your plate has been a little bit too full. I suggest that you empty it off just a little bit. But good job, Saban. Get that green screen, man. Get
Saban. I'm telling you, Saban, you are so close, buddy. And I'm not just, dude. If I didn't like what I saw, I'd come out here and tell you. I think everybody knows I've been very honest with people about what I'm seeing, and I'm telling you, man, you're down to just the little things, Jack. That's it. It's the little things now.
Bare minimum.
Now let's talk about the big reveal of I mean I don't even know, Mr. America.
This is Black history. This is America. In 1985. In Philadelphia, city officials dropped a bomb on a black neighborhood. Not a foreign enemy, not a war zone, a black residential block. The fire was allowed to burn. 11 black people were killed, including 5 black children. 61 black homes were destroyed. More than 250 black people were left homeless in a single day. This wasn't ancient history. This wasn't a mistake buried in textbooks. This was a decision made by white elected leaders, enforced by white police, and justified after the fact. No city officials were criminally convicted. No one went to prison. Black history is not just marches and speeches. It's also numbers that tell a harder truth. 11 black lives lost, 61 black houses gone, an entire black neighborhood erased from the map. It is black communities that were told by action that their lives were expendable. When a city can bomb its own citizens and move on, silence becomes permission. This is Black history. This is America. And I'm here to be the change I want to see in the world. This is Black history. This is America. In 1921 in Tulsa, Oklahoma, one of the most prosperous black communities in the United States was burnt to the ground. Greenwood, known as Black Wall Street, not because it was poor, not because it was violent, but because it was successful. Over the course of less than 24 hours, white mobs, backed by white local police and white deputized citizens, destroyed more than 35 city blocks. Over 1,200 black homes, black businesses, black churches, and black schools were reduced to ashes. At least 300 black men, black women, and black children were killed, many of them buried in unmarked graves. Nearly 10,000 black people were left homeless overnight. This wasn't a riot, it was a massacre. It wasn't chaos, it was organized, and afterward, insurance companies refused to pay claims. White city leaders blamed the black victims. No one was held criminally accountable. Black history is not just resilient stories we celebrate after the damage is done. It's also numbers that expose deliberate destruction, 300 lives, 1,200 buildings, an entire black economy erased because it challenged white supremacy. When prosperity becomes a death sentence, history isn't accidental. It's intentional. This is before it became fashionable to be a white savior like Tiny Tyler Peterson. This is Black history. This is America. And I'm here to be the change I want to see in this world. This is Black history. This is America. In 1932, the United States government began a medical study in Macon County, Alabama. It was called the Tuskegee Syphilis Study. Nearly 600 black men were enrolled, 399 with syphilis and 201 without. They were told they were receiving treatment. They were lied to. For 40 years, white doctors knowingly allowed black men to suffer, go blind, go insane, and die from a disease that was curable. Even after penicillin became the standard treatment in the 1940s, it was deliberately withheld. These men were experimented on, not healed. Their wives were infected. Their children were born with congenital syphilis. Generations were damaged by design. This wasn't ignorance. This wasn't the past being less enlightened. This was approved by the U.S. Public Health Service. This was funded by the federal government. And when the study was finally exposed in 1972, no white doctors went to prison. No meaningful justice followed. An apology came 65 years later, after most of the victims were already dead. Black history is not just distrust in the medical system. It is the reason for that distrust. It is 40 years, 600 black lives, and a government that decided black bodies were expendable in the name of data. When a nation experiments on its own citizens and calls it science, silence becomes complicity. This is black history. This is America. And I'm here to be the change I want to see in the world. We don't need a white man to try to save us. People like Tiny Tyler Peterson are not the answer, helping us to feel better about himself, so he can have black friends. He doesn't care about us. He cares about praise. We will save ourselves. America, the real America. We are America. We are Nig America. And I am Mr. Nig America.
Our rank on this earth to be a man, to be a human being, to be respected as a human being, to be given the rights of a human being in this society, on this earth, in this day, which we intend to bring into existence by any means necessary.
I am a nigga American, representing kidnapped Africans. I am a nigga American, fighting what's mine, fighting against mine.
I am a nigga American, represent kidnapped Africans. From the soil where the blood and the sweat still stain, built the roads, built the wealth, broke every chain. Tried to bury us deep, said we never stand. Now the roots go wide, yeah, we own this land. I am a nigga American, represent kidnapped Africans. Black hands raised, yeah, we stand again. I am a nigga American, fight for what's right, fight against whites. From Tulsa's ashes to Selma line, every square forward was paid in time. They stole the rhythm, tried to mute the song, but the beat survived, now it carries a song. I am a nigga American, represent kidnapped African. Black hands raised, yeah, we stand again. I am a nigga American, fight for what's right, fight against white.
I am
Mr. America.
American.
I've been told to call him Mr. Black America is what I've been told to call him.
Okay, that's
He's being
fine.
honest.
That's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
you
he
call him
gave- he
Mr.
brought us
NA.
some- he
Mr.
brought us
NA
some-
seems
and
like
I
it'd
gotta
be
talk
fine.
about this because it's a moment that could win moment of the night.
Very well could.
We got all the Black History facts and a lot of shots at Tiny Tyler Peterson, and then we got to see Mr. America, and he's got some impressive dance moves. But then we found out that at starting point, we're going to get the debut of Mr. Black America. versus Tiny
Oh.
Tyler Peterson.
Oh.
And that is being labeled as a special attractions match. So
That is going to be interesting. Those are very two contrast styles.
They are.
With very two different messages. And it's
a lot of unspoken history. If you really know, you know. And I'll leave it at that because we got to give the Foundation their match of the night. This isn't for the point, but we got to at least give their contender for the whole match of the night. I think we both agree, Mac. It's got to be Vagabond, Dante Black, the Friday Night Blueprint match of the night. They will be in contention when we get to the WGP side to see who gets that point.
Way to fucking go, Dante.
Great job,
Black and
guys.
Vagabond.
Great job from both of you. Good luck to both of you in that fatal 4-way for the Blueprint Championship. But now, Mac, you know what we got to go.
Fire. Yeah, WGP.
Havoc.
Oh man, WPG. You know what I'm saying?
God, forgive them, for they know not what they do. You can't touch me. Golly. Guns. I'm gonna call my shot. Any one of you that want to come in this ring and test me.
I see the field has settled in. Work is in progress. Minds are made. Some expect the unexpected. Others have a fear of the unknown, not knowing who may step foot in the promotion, not knowing the next apex predator who may join the fray. WGP, if you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself. My name is KTG, a spiritual mercenary, a man sent from God himself to deliver a message. Evolution at its finest. You're looking at KTG, the man with the blueprint, a man with a message that he will deliver, because that is, and it will be, and it always will be, destruction, the conquering, and the rejuvenation of the minds of all the Promoverse.
Whoa. That was KTG.
You know, I really wish I knew how these things continue to find their
Why do we keep
way.
getting interrupted, man?
I think you brought the interruption value to this show, because people like to interrupt
love
you.
to interrupt me, man. If it ain't my kids, it's my wife or my dang promo stars or people that just apparently Hunter Matthews signed KTG. I don't know. He said he's coming to WGP, Mac. What do you think about that? This kid's got it.
I've seen his work. I've definitely seen his work, and I think it's interesting. And WGP needs him.
They do.
They need him.
This guy. I'm just gonna say this. This kid has what a lot of guys work really hard to get. He just has it naturally, and that's confidence, charisma, the ability to just talk. If he fine tunes a few things, the sky is the limit. I feel like we got the promo version of a young Brock Lesnar.
Ooh, you gonna go that
I'm
far?
just gonna say it. I'm just gonna that's the trajectory I see for this guy if he puts his heart into it. That's
saying things like that might put a target on that man's back. Yeah, that's all. That's
I
all
think
I
he
want.
can handle it. I think he can handle it. Did you not hear what he said?
I heard what he said, and I liked it. I liked everything about it. I even liked the microphone and the microphone effect and whatnot. Like, I was excited.
I did too. That was different, wasn't it? I liked it.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do. But WGP, you guys, we starting it off right.
The debut of The Problem, Matt Tyson, versus Truly Righteous Soulstar. Let me tell you what I liked here about Matt Tyson, because I loved Soulstar's promo. There was one particular problem, though. He ran up against somebody that predicted epically what he was going to do. Matt Tyson anytime somebody can take somebody's shtick and creatively use it against them,
Oh yeah.
and do it in a way where they're really taking shots at the person, to me, that gets it done most of the time.
I loved it. I loved it. Like, okay, so everybody knows that I like Righteous Gimmick, and I also like Matt. I like them both. But they both watch this show, unlike other people. They both watch this show. Soulstar kind of put a little twist on his gimmick, like we advised him to, and things of that nature. And then, but like you said, Matt came in here and he said, I know exactly what I can do. And I know exactly what you're going to do. And I'm going to do what you're going to do better than you. The second time that we've seen it on Friday with Evil Inc. doing Mad Bob better than Mad Bob.
Right.
Matt Tyson.
It works, but it's risky. It's risky.
It is. When you do it right and you know how to do it, Matt came out and he was still Matt at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's the part that really put it over. Like, oh, you giving me everything. You giving me. I had to hit him immediately. I said, thank you, man. Thank you for showing me that you listening. Thank you for sharpening your talents and your skills. Thank you for giving. Like, yes.
Both of these guys will take advice, and that's something that you love to see. If you're somebody like me or Matt, who's willing to help people, who's willing to give them advice, we just want to see you implement it. That's all.
Yeah.
And both of these guys, man, I know Matt came to me before the match. Soulstar always comes to me. It sounds like they've been talking to you too. And if you implement some of the things we're talking about, I can't guarantee you'll win, but I can guarantee you'll become a lot more entertaining. That I can guarantee.
Definitely.
But this was entertaining. This was a very entertaining match. Again, I'm going to say something similar that I said about Vagabond and Dante Black.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like these two almost talked about it beforehand. Like, what's going to be your approach? Well, I'm going to do this. Well, do you mind if I do this? Now, I'm not saying people should do that, but man, when it happens,
it makes for a great match.
Line up, it makes for a great match so much better. It makes it a good match, and you guys did a great job with that, even if it was on accident.
It was so the fact that and we still got Bible verses on both ends, which is always great, is always good. But just the way that Matt did it, he said, okay, this is what they told Soulstar to do. I'ma do it, and I'ma do it better than him, and still like just.
But still be
cool.
myself. Still be the. Yeah. He told me when we signed Matt Tyson, I said, "What's your shtick?" He said, "Loud redneck." I said, okay, I did not expect to see Bible verses. We got Bible verses. I love it. Let's do it.
It was great. And I mean, somebody, Matt, I know you heard it. Somebody took a shot at you, and we gonna talk about it when we get there. But you might want to step up and see what some Havoc is looking like. But speaking of Havoc, his Harbinger had a match as we had the tag team semifinals match from the WGP side in between what BVG called the cucks of Where Are We versus BVG.
Before we even get into this match, I'm going to say this. The team that won, Cruella and the Master, y'all need still to prepare a little bit more if you think you're going to beat Evil Inc.
Man.
Now let me tell you what I did like. We said last time we saw Cruella in the Master, we wanted to see more Cruella. We wanted Cruella. We wanted her to come out for show. She did. They listened. And I really, really enjoyed that. And I don't know if you picked up on this, Mac, but it seemed like the Master kind of toned it down a little bit to match Cruella's energy, which normally I would have wanted Cruella to pick it up. But this worked. Him bringing his cadence, energy, whatever you want to call it, down just a little bit to match hers. I think it made a world of difference. I think they need a little something more, though, to get past Evil Inc. At starting point, but I'll take your take on it.
I gotta tell you, Haywood, I think we got some good golly heat. We got some good golly heat going on here, because we were mentioned in this match from Briggy You know, they surely watch this show. Shout out to Briggy and Bane, but I hope the judges watch this show too, because there was a shot given to you guys as well within there, and it's important that the judges pay attention to what's going on in the promoverse and not just what they're given to judge upon. You know, because then they understand.
And I can speak for my judges room. I know that they are actively watching hypes, watching shows, but when they don't know, most of them, if they don't know, will come to me and they'll say, "Hey, Haywood, this guy talked about this in this match. Can you give me the background on that so that I know?" Because that's important. I still caution people, be careful what you talk about in your promos, especially if it's from somewhere that judge might not be. Something that happened a year ago, that judge might not remember, and I can't expect the judge to remember something from that long ago or from another place if they're not there. But a lot of them do come to me when they don't understand something. They'll say, "Hey, can you tell me more about this thing?" And I do my best to explain it, because they truly want to give people the right win that should get the win. So when they don't understand something, they do ask. But go ahead.
BVG, thank you for using the GIF. You just used it on your way out. At least you used it. Great. Fantastic. Which was the opening intro that they played. But yeah, it was a lot of one-liners again. Live, love, lobotomy, to be or not to be, more Dalmatian talks, the Twilight jokes. It was good. She-Man, until we meet again. Auctioneer on speed and mushrooms, mouthful of marbles, identity.
And see, here's the thing.
Theme.
The master didn't really sound like an auctioneer with marbles in his mouth this time around. So, you know, sometimes when you take shots, they're great shots unless somebody changes up what they're doing.
Yeah, Dopey and Goofy, Vane with nonchalant, Briggy introducing that Havoc history. So that was good. Like it was still good things in there, but Court, it was interesting. Like you said, I mean, I viewed it as setup and substance, which is what I was looking for and what I asked to receive the last time. I'm like, yo, y'all got to switch it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little bit different approach, because I did want to see Crew come out first and set everything up for the master to just lather all over it. You know what I'm saying? Which is what we got. I will tell Crew though, in your post edits or whoever's gonna be editing your stuff moving on in the future, you gotta figure out that baby, the baby in the background. Because
family always comes first. But I will tell you, with your character, Cruella, when we hear the baby, I think one of two things. Either one, you're not a vampire. Or two, you're about to eat a baby.
And I'm so glad you said that.
Either way, I'm uncomfortable.
I was like, the baby.
I'm really not trying to give Cruella a hard time, because I also respect the hustle of getting your stuff done no matter what.
No matter what.
So I want to give mad props to Cruella for always getting her stuff in on time, always having her stuff ready. She's not gonna let she gets her stuff done.
I love
But I will
Crew.
say,
Bite
you
me.
can somehow cancel out that noise, and there's ways to do it with the computer. There are.
On the phone, there's all type of ways.
Maybe, and I hate to put you on the spot, Mac, but you're more technically sound than me. Maybe you can teach it.
Perhaps. If again, I love you, Crew. You know what it is. But like the baby talking while you was talking about biting folks and drinking blood, it was throwing me off. It was throwing me off. And here's something I want to see though. I want to see Crew without the filter. Put that makeup on, girl. Put that makeup on and give me a different look and everything. She did have a wardrobe change from what she had on in the first portion of the match, and then she came back in all white. And I'm like, vampires don't wear that. All white and bright colors and things of that nature.
But keep in mind, she's kind of cured. But she says in the promo,
she don't need to be cured.
What she has.
She just hungry. She need to eat. And I was like, oh my God, the baby. The baby. Somebody said the baby.
You hear the baby, and it's like, she's going to eat the baby.
She's going to eat the baby.
So,
and
look, let's get to our main event, Matt.
Okay. I mean, Jesus Christ. I'm going to go really quick, and then I'm gonna let you have it, because I really don't want to touch this match with a 1,000,000-foot index finger, if you understand what I'm saying. A lot of things. a lot of things were said in this match on both ends that didn't go over well with me at all. I wasn't impressed by either one, but one of y'all did make me scream. And I'll kind of leave it at that. Like, I hate hearing someone say that they deserve things that I haven't seen them earn. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's really hard to just come out here and say I deserve, and I haven't seen. You know what I'm saying? I haven't seen like number one contenders matches, or like I did this leading up to this. It's just like, okay, why do you deserve it? Tell me why. And there was no tell me why that she deserved it.
No, as a matter of fact, she went into doing it for her family, which I'm gonna throw this out there, and I don't mean to cut you off, Mac. I'm sorry, Allison Black. That works with a lot of people. That works with me. That could work with Mac, I think, to a degree. It could work with Mad T, and it has. But a character like Allison Black, we're not believing that. We're not buying that. Because I can't even picture you having a family as Allison Black.
Yeah, or siblings or something. I'm like, yeah, and she talked about being locked away in the psych ward or wherever she was at, and then coming back to do all these things to be like her heroes, and all of her heroes weren't anything like what Allison Black is. But now I'm questioning who is Allison Black, because I feel like we're getting.
This match left me with more questions about Allison Black than it did answers. Yeah. Meanwhile, your Liv Fuse came out and he did
listen. Again, I said I wasn't impressed by either one of them, and he's one of them in this match. Somehow, you know what I'm saying, you got to stay relevant somehow. I mean, you cross out my face in your intro, but all you do is mention me, and then you use my music that you claim is yours. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, like, is he going to have any originality at any point? Will he continue to just down talk me down? And I don't even know what our problem is really. But if we got one, we got one, and I'm not really fit to pay attention to it. Other than
I'll tell you, he was ready to air all the grievances the other night on ESPN.
Oh yeah. And he did that. And Matt Tyson.
Hey, I thought he did. I just wasn't going to put y'all's business out there like that, but it wasn't my place.
Yeah.
I hope y'all work things out. But we had something else happen at the top of the show we forgot to talk about, Matt.
Yeah. You go ahead. You can have it.
We saw the return. Well, we saw Hunter Matthews hand the belt over to Sness. Big celebration. Sness just about to pick his opponents. He's listing off all these people. Yeah. Guess who comes back? Genesis.
Sega. I thought it was over. I thought we were done with it. I thought we were moving on.
Genesis is back, takes out our WGP World Champion. And I can tell you on good authority, Hunter Matthews has already told me, at starting point, WGP World Championship match, we're going to see SNES versus Genesis for the WGP World Championship. And wow. So
here's my question. Did Genesis unplug Super Nintendo Entertainment System? Like, is that what I saw? Like, it's just it looks like, how do you just become the world champion and then immediately get attacked so hard that it's a fracture to your system? Like, I cannot wait to see how this turns out.
Well, their last match was a spectacle to watch, if you remember.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited for it. I'm not excited for SNES.
I mean, SNES is a good watch, but man, I hate he had a high moment. You know what I'm saying? He's up on
and
this
then he
pedestal.
had a low moment.
seeing him lay on that floor with the championship. Glitching.
Yeah, so I know though that SNES will probably be healed up a little bit. Maybe he'll put some Durabond on his Super Nintendo. I don't know. But I do know we got to talk about the WGP match of the night. We've got to award that. And that is going to go again to the opener. Welcome to WGP, Matt Tyson and Soulstar getting WGP their match of the night. congratulations to both of you. But now we got to give the match.
Hold on, let me get this right. Let me get this right. I'm gonna abbreviate some stuff so I can be a little bit quicker. Soul Star versus Matt. There you go. Booyah, booyah. We're gonna show that. There you go. Boom. So those are the top matches. Dante Black and Vagabond from the Foundation, and Righteous Soul Star versus Matt. Man, these matches were very good openers, and it says a lot when no match can follow it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like these two matches really set the standard for the night. And these are matches that were on cards with a world title match.
And a Havoc title match.
And a Havoc title match, you know what I'm saying? And y'all outperformed the match that those champions were in.
And again,
together.
I tell everybody, it takes two to have the match of the night.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that these other matches didn't have two good competitors, but I want people to understand the best promo, in my opinion, of the whole night was Evil Inc. Like yours too, right?
Oh yeah.
But
so
it's
much.
not the best,
So much.
It's not the best match. And
Yeah.
we're awarding points for best match. And if I got to give a point away for the best match of the whole promo double feature, I got to give it, as good as Soul Star and Matt Tyson was, I have to give it to Dante Black and Vagabond.
Oh man, so is that another point for the Foundation? Are you
That's
paying
another
attention,
point.
Matt T? Are you okay? So let me go ahead and add that. Are you paying attention, Matt T? Because WGP is not killing us, and I just really want people to really just pay attention to what they're saying in their promos, as far as like the content.
You've
and
got to
structure,
know
like
your promo facts. You've got to know your promo facts.
But
But
you can kill a match, not being factual. You know what I'm saying?
right, and here some things slip through the cracks everywhere you go. But I'm telling you, we're checking things here. Like the judges, they asked me, they're like, "Is that true?" Yep, it's true. So, but they didn't ask me about this, but it didn't end up mattering. But WGP should not be too solace because we had some incredible moments on both shows. But the moment of the night, for as low as it was for SNES, has to be the return of Genesis and us getting one of the main events for Starting Point, Genesis versus SNES for the WGP World Title.
That sucks for that sucks for SNES because again, he had a very good moment. He was accepting the championship. It's a legendary, historic win. Like it should have been a nice, great celebration, and I feel like we were robbed of that. We were really robbed of that. But like, oh man, that moment of the night, does it get WGP a point?
It does. It
Okay.
gets 1 point for Havoc.
Okay, Jesus Christ. You guys did it. You got a point. Hold on, where is it? Where is it? Let me find it. There it is. That's a good golly highlight. WGP gets a point. Woo! So there we go. 6-4. Y'all pulling it in. All y'all need is one good show.
The show of the night.
All y'all need is one good show to really get it back in together. But what would you suppose the show of the night was?
I gotta give the show of the night. It's a tough one this week, honestly. We had the Mr. Black America stuff on Foundation, but some of that went into the intermission. We had, in my opinion, two great matches on both sides. We had the moment of the night on WGP, Mac. But I've got to give the show of the night, the overall show, and it really boils down to the Evil Inc. promo and the Franklin Benjamin Jack Saban match just being better than the other things that we saw in WGP. And if I'm giving a point away for show of the night, it's going to go to Foundation and Blueprint.
I love being on the winning team. I'll say that. Even though I wasn't on this show, I was on this show in good light and bad light, and whatever. I'm focused. I got some things to focus on, so I can't worry about everybody else. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go look at this QR code a few more times.
Yeah,
and
I would really
about dig that QR into
code. And I want to say this to all the competitors before we close out the show today. At Starting Point, there are going to be a lot of points up for grabs. First off, everything is worth double. There is going to be a match of the night for night 1. There's going to be a match of the night for night 2. There is going to be a promo of the night for both nights. Because it's going to be harder to actually award the show to one of the brands. So we're going to do a promo of the night as well. And there are going to be matches like the ladder match, where whoever wins from the ladder match, they win points for their brand. The blind date finals, whichever team wins is going to win 2 points for their brand. So WGP is 3 points down, but they are very much still in this. So I want everyone to know that you're still in this. This is anybody's game, but WGP, you better bring it at starting point.
Here's my question, because I'm curious now. I'm very, very, very curious. I'm rallying troops to get these points, to turn in their performances, become more active on the show and things of that nature. But Haywood, when you gonna let me in the loop? What are these points for? When do we find that out? Can we find that out at starting point or no? That's
I will announce that at starting point.
okay. And do we have 2 nights or 3 nights of starting point? Because don't be on my night, because me and Phil is getting match of the night. So forget about it, y'all.
I will tell you that this could end up being a 3-day event. And if it is, Good Golly Psychology will host what has always been called the pre-show, but I'm now would just call it night 1, because there would be no pre-shows here. Every match matters. Everything matters. I'm telling you, if you don't believe me, check out the commercial. It's amazing.
It's gonna be a great one, and I figure we'll be here because the decision was made that after last night's show, we won't be having another show until it's time for starting point. Am I correct? So Good Golly is going to have to come through and give and supply some energy and some build up to this
right.
large
we're
show.
Gonna have a special episode in 2 weeks where we're going to talk about starting point even more. So make sure everybody tunes in for that.
Please indeed do that. Check out every Promoverse affiliate and things that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? It's going down crazily all over the place. A lot of energy, a lot of good stuff coming out of the product. Tap into Smark Psychology. We got a whole lot of things coming up. 2 interviews coming up. I did something special that I can't really talk about just yet, or maybe I can. Maybe it happens today. We'll see. But by the next show, I'll be able to talk about it for sure. But we got some interviews coming up. We got our 300th celebration show coming up. And then we're going to be starting season 7. We also got some watch-alongs and some predictions coming up for Elimination Chamber and Revolution that's going to be happening around the corner from me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be out there doing footwork, promoting and everything, really getting it going on and getting it popping. But please just subscribe, because we ain't finished. We just getting started.
Good golly, we're getting started. And make sure, everybody, you're checking out all of our friends all across the Promoverse. There's so much good promo action out there. EMP, Defiance, AWE. There's just so much. PDA, HSP, all those places. Check it out. There's something for everybody, guys. So check them out and check us out when we'll be back in a little under 2 weeks to give you our synopsis on starting point. Thank you, Matt.
Good golly psychology, y'all. We gonna holla.